Hi guys, it's Mary. It is Saturday night and we're going to see how well this works. I make no promises. We do have power, we do have internet, but sometimes when the internet comes back it isn't real speedy quick. So we're going to see how that works out. Give me a second, I'll refresh my screen off here to the left of the camera just to see if we're actually transmitilating. Let's see what we got. Oh yes, I see video and I see peoples. Hey Patricia, hi Karen. Thank you for joining. Hey Mary, glad you could make it. And yes, I made it. I wasn't sure. The Facebook was being really quite persnickety, like that's unusual. Hey Nancy and Patty Jo and Donna and Jean and Amy and Jerry and Pam. Thank you so much for joining. So this is going to be a little less scripty than you're accustomed to. Oh, okay, you're not really accustomed to scripty, sorry. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Tish. Hi, Karen. Hi, Daryl. Glad you could join. Hi, Patricia and Valerie. So the basic thing I'm going to show you today is the new mini Curvy Keepsake die. This is the particular project that I sneak peeked this morning. These are really cute. If you guys had the older die set that made the Curvy Keepsake box, that was not one that I ever had, but I understand it was quite a bit larger. This one is about, the bottom of it is about 1.5 inches square. So it's kind of little, but that's nice because it means that you can easily fill them with a few little pieces of candy and be good to go. All right. So this one is one for fall, and I'm going to show you a couple, 3, and then we're going to make 1 or 2 and call it good. And the reason we're not going to do a whole bunch is because one of the really cool things, hi Karen, I'm glad you could join. Vanessa, hi. The nice thing about this new little one is, look at that. That's all you need is one of these to make a Curvy Keepsake box, which means it fits on a 6x6 sheet of paper, which means you can make 4 out of one 12x12 sheet of DSP, which is kind of awesome. Because, of course, because you have 2 sides, you could make 2 like this and 2 like this and decorate them differently. And boy, you could have some instantaneous party favors or little place card thingies, you know, little favors at place settings at dinner. This one's fun. There is no adhesive required to put these together. So let me just show you the 3 or 4 or 6 that I've made, and then we'll make a couple. How about that? Well, Donna, I'm glad that you qualified that your husband is driving and you're not driving and watching a video. Hi, Barbara. Hey, Carol. Thank you, Sarita. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is the one we'll demo it. It uses a couple of fun things. It uses the gathered leaves die set to create, as part of my creation for the little name tag. So I made 2 leaves here, and then this little bow and this little tag are both part of the Curvy Keepsake die set. So that's kind of fun. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tags, a couple of bows, and then this cuts out the matching stamped snowflake. All right, and you get, of course, Holly Jolly, Sweet Treat, For You, and Mary Mary. And you get 2 small background stamps. You can see their size, and those are to create some plaid, which I did with this little dude. So this is a 6x6 piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, and I stamped the plaid stamp on 2 sides. Let me show you how it looks if you undo him here. Carefully. So you can see this one is imperfect. I was not going to show it to you, but then I decided, what the heck? I don't know, Jean. Sometimes it works out oddly. I'm not sure what the comments deal is. I'm going to show you something real quick like on this. We're not going to make this one, but I wanted to show you a little tip. All right, so when I made this, after I learned my lesson, you see how it is here where it's over stamped? In order to get far enough up to get everything stamped, it over stamped onto those two edges, and I didn't like that. So the next time I did it, I put it on my Stamparatus like so, with my magnets, okay? And then I laid my stamp on it. So I knew it was gonna overlap, right? So then what I did is I took some sticky notes and I went like this so that I could mask that off. My sticky notes have disappeared. There's one. Okay. So I just laid it like that, and then I could stamp as long as I needed to, and then you can just turn it over and put it back in the same spot, remask, and you're ready to go. All right, so that's how I did that. And then this little pumpkin face is from the Harvest Hello stamp set. All right? Okay. All right, so that's all we're going to look at that. Let me undo him. All right, so here's another one I made for you. Yes, Karen, absolutely cake-a-rooney for a class of beginners. All right, now, on this one, I used the Monster Bash DSP. You can see it there. And I wrapped some of the new, the basic black lace trimmed scallop edge ribbon, okay, in the holiday catalog. And I also wrapped some of the Cajun Craze thread, linen thread around that is in the Gather Together suite. Now, let me tell you how I made my tag. So this little stamp right here is from the Spooktacular Bash stamp set. All right, open if you dare. So I stamped it in Cajun Craze on pumpkin pie. It does not have a tag hole. So what I did then is, using the ornate frames, I cut this frame out. Can you see that? I cut this frame out in Cajun Craze, and I adhered it to the back of my tag with a little bit of liquid glue with the tag hole sticking up. And then I was able to tie it quickly and easily into my linen thread bow. And there you have it. Cute little curvy keepsake guy. Uh-oh, things froze. Oh no. Are we still good? Somebody give me a virtual thumbs up or a thumbs down. Okay, I see thumbs up. So Mary, it may just be you. Maybe refresh your screen. Ooh, I'm getting all sorts of things. Hearts, growly faces. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Okie doke. All right, so let's see. Here is this one. I really love this one. Okay, this is made with some Sailing Home, or wait, Come Sail Away DSP. You can recognize the sailboats. And I wrapped twice around with some of the Night of Navy Sahara Sand Baker's Twine that's in the Sailing Home suite. You can see I have tied in a little anchor. And then I used the Itty Bitty Birthdays stamp set, and I stamped Happy Birthday, and that's actually one stamp image, but I stamped it twice in on Whisper White in Night of Navy, and then I cut it again with this ever so handy die cut in ornate frames. Y'all need to look at my Wicked Good Fun bundle, because it's worth it if all you do is get this whole frame set. But of course you also get the stamp set, and you get the paper and the embellishments and the Wicked die set and the Boo to You and the Googly Eyes. So take a look at all of the goodies that you get for Halloween. But this little die right here is what created this sentiment. And then I just tied a little knot right here. Let me show you how I did that. When I first put this together, I ran my thread from back to front, first on birthday, and then I tied a knot. Can you see him right there, the knot? And then I did from back to front with happy so that they would be just enough separated that when I tied my bow, you'd still see happy birthday. If you just let them be right together, they tend to want to just sit on top, one on top of each other, and then you really only see happy. So put a little knot between them, and you'll be able to keep them separated like that. Alrighty. Came back. Okay, good. Thanks, Amy. All right, let's see. Okay, I have 2 more to show you, and then we'll make something, because this is so boring, I know. Okay, here is a Totes Adorbs little snowman. This is a 6x6 piece of Whisper White cardstock where I cut out the Curvy framelit die. I stamped the sentiment from Tiny Keepsakes in red, real red on a piece of Whisper White and cut it out with the square die tag, which is around here somewhere. This tag right here. And I ran a little piece of Whisper White solid baker's twine, and I used one of the mini binder library clips on there. And then this is some of the new real red curly ribbon. Now they say it's ribbon, but I promise you guys this is yarn. It's straight up yarn. So it's easy to make bows with, which I kind of like. I'm not a bow person, you know, so it's not easy. So easy to do though with this yarn. And then I use the Wondermus embellishment kit. And I use these enamel dots to put on eyes and a mouth and his little schnoozle. How cute is that? Really, really quick. This is a time, to be quite honest, this is a time that I regret that I don't keep stashes and stacks of 12 by 12 cardstock, because when you make a 6x6 piece, that eats up your 8.5 by 11 cardstock pretty quick. But if you've got 12 by 12, perfect. Cut a 6x6 piece and you're ready to go. You can make 4 little snowmen out of 1 piece of cardstock. Okay, and here comes the last one, and this is why I wanted to make this. So we all love the Feels Like Frost Specialty DSP, right? Yes, of course we do. Most of the DSP in that is Christmassy, like this one with the silver snowflakes and the pine cones, which I really love. And this would be even beautiful. It would be beautiful this way as well, wouldn't it, with pine boughs on it, okay? But look what I did. Here's one of the designs that is more spring-like. You could call it spring-like if you squint your eyes, with some lilac pussy willows and some green. And then I used the little flower die from the Lovely Flowers die set to make purple posy and white flowers. I used the leaf punch to punch out a couple of pear pizzazz leaves, and then I brushed the edges with just some green. I think it was shaded spruce. The sentiment is from Piece of Cake, the Piece of Cake stamp set, like here, Mr. and Mrs. And I stamped it in Highland Heather and cut it with the heart die in the Tiny Keepsake. So the thing that I am attempting to show you here is this little bundle right here, wherever it went. It just disappeared. Oh no, there it is. Here it is. This little bundle right here is incredibly versatile, okay? It isn't just for Christmas. It isn't just for Halloween. Once you've made your little box, you can do whatever you want with it. It can be anything you like. How cute would these be for a Mother's Day brunch, or a baby shower, or a wedding shower, or even as reception favors, or whatever? It's not very hard. Once you've got your die cuts, you're just putting the label together, okay? And this one I've actually just adhered the label right to the Curvy Keepsake box with liquid glue, and adhered a bow with some Whisper White baker's twine. Done. All right. So let's go ahead and make us one, shall we? Shall we? And what I thought we would do is make us another fall one, because that way I can show you a few things about cutting leaves. Ooh, better do this. Get that where I want it. So I'm going to use this same DSP again because I really like it. And we're going to get Mr. Big Shot over here, and we're going to do a little Big Shotting today where you can see how easy this is. You'll have to excuse my my acrylic plates. They're kind of a hot mess. All right, so we're just going to set that on there and run this through. Real easy. And you know, let's just set that there like that. Now, I'm going to cut a few little doodahs from the Gathered Leaves die set while I've got the Big Shot sitting here, and from the mini Keepsake. So I'm gonna cut one of these boughs. This is from the mini Curvy Keepsake die set, and I'm cutting it in soft suede. And this way we'll just get the we'll get our Big Shotting right out of the way. How about that? We'll set that aside so I have half a shot of finding it. Maybe, entirely likely I'll lose it. I spent about a week looking for one of the stamps in my Spooktacular Bash set, because here's a news flash, guys. When you put these wonderful little labels on, they do stick to everything, up to and including the back of an old card that was sitting here, and I could not find that stupid stamp for ever and a day. I was pawing through the garbage. It was crazy. Okay, now let's do some leaves from the Gathered Leaves, and I am going to cut one of these like maple leaves and then one of these oak leaves. All right, and let's see, somewhere around here. Now, in the past, I have told you when I see directions to spritz my cardstock, I tend to not do that just because I'm basically lazy. And so I first cut these little leaves without doing that, and then I decided to try it with doing that, and it's much better. So take your Stampin' Mist and just spritz it a little bit with some water. Lay the die right on the wet part, because otherwise, what was the point? And then find your other panel. And that actually does a couple of things. The first thing it does is it really makes the embossing part of the die come through much more. And as it's wetting that cardstock, I just kind of give it a little curl with my fingers, and then it tends to dry in that curly leaf kind of a position. Okay, so can you see how cool that is with the veins of the leaves already in there? All right, now I'm going to do the other one in pumpkin pie, but now I've lost it. There it is. It's so easy for me to lose stuff, guys. It is crazy. And we'll give it a little spritza. We had a couple of strong hits of lightning today, lost our power. I was like, okay, that's not so bueno. But it seems to have moved on. So fingers crossed that it continues. All right, now we'll just pop that little doodah out of there. And you can see what a pretty leaf he makes. And you could, you know, I usually go up with my leaves, but you could actually go down and up and around and however you like. It's your little leaf, so make it how you like. All right. Now, one more thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna find a smaller piece of white cardstock because I don't need to use my ginormous piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to cut a tag using from the mini Keepsake, mini Curvy Keepsake, and I'm just going to cut it in Whisper White. Hang with me, guys. Hang with me, because I just lost it. See, this is how I roll. I lose stuff from 1 second to the next, because I cannot cut that without a second mat. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Jeez, oh baby. See, I did this and I just made a blank one because that way I'll be able to tell the day of Thanksgiving probably who's going to be there, and I can just write in names. Now let's put this aside for a second. We may need him back, we may not. I don't know. This is so unscripted. It's just so unscripted. Okay, here's another little tip. Take your bone folder, and whichever way you want your box to go, give it a little curl. Okay, that just helps to kind of set up the curl a little bit. All right, and then fold those creases. Yeah, I had looked under my Stamp-N-Lingers, under my cutter, all of my cutters. I'd looked under everything that I knew to look under, and I was thinking to myself, it just couldn't be that far away. Okay, so to put these together, all you do is bring the two little handle-y looking pieces together, and then curl the side up, doesn't matter which side, and clip it. I say clip because it does kind of clip, and clip. How's that for cute? So very, very cute. I love it. It is so cute. And then I took some of the braided linen trim and just threaded it through and wrapped it. And I wrapped it twice like that so I could kind of measure how much I wanted, and then put it back through the handle. Like this. Come on. When hands stop working, a retrospective. Okay. All right, there we go. Try to make it straight so it looks like I am some semblance of a professional. Not always the case, but sometimes. And then just bring it through here, and I will tie it once in a little knot just to hold it on there while I assemblate my tag. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to use our two leaves and our little branch and some liquid glue. Good Lord. Pick up, I say. And just kind of see how it looks pretty, like that. And then use some liquid glue to put it together. Perfect for a Lindt chocolate ball. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Couple of Hershey's Kisses. You know, at this time of year, they're making them with the fall colors. They actually, last year, they had pumpkin spice kisses, which is anti-chocolate, but I would think maybe pretty tasty. So I'm just kind of putting those together like that, and then I'll put a little bit of glue here. Now here's the only thing you got to do is when you put your tag on, make sure that you leave the tag hole above your leaves so that you can still thread through it. And then just use whatever comes to mind, also whatever you can find. And we'll go with his brother, because I'm assuming he'll be there. And then we can just put it on. Like this. Hardest part right here, threading that hole. These are so easy. The thing that's kind of cool about them is you could actually really set up quite the little assembly line. You could have all of your cuts made, could have everything ready to go, and you could have it on a tray in front of the TV in the evening, and you could be watching, that isn't going to work. You could be watching TV in the evening and assembling your little party favors. Really easy. Only thing I'd remind you is don't forget to put the stuff inside, because, you know, once you get all this on, you're going to open it up and it's kind of going to it's going to fall apart a little bit, which is fine for when they want to eat it, but it's kind of counterproductive if you're trying to make 10 or 15 of them. All right, so just make our little bow prettier, a little bit prettier, like that. And there we have a perfectly adorable little set of place setting doohas, like that. Place setting doohas. There you go. All right, let's see. What else should we make? Should we make a snowman? You want to make a snowman? I'm going to give you guys a chance to tell me. Don't say this one, because this one is it's not a lot of work, but I don't have all the stuff out. So your choices are Halloween or Christmas. I could probably cobble something together with this little doodah. We could do a Christmas here with this one. Should we try that? What do you guys want to see? Snowman. Okay. Snowman, snowman, Halloween, snowman, Halloween, snowman, Halloween. All right, we're gonna make the snowman just because that was the first thing I saw. Okay, so here's this is actually too big of a piece, but you get the idea. So first we're just going to make our basic box. This one's so easy, it's just silly. And so freaking cute. I love this embellishment set really a lot. All right, so first up, should we use the white side or the white side? Let's use the white side. All right, we'll make our little curves. And score our little folds. Okay, bring the little handles together and clip in the sides. And clip in the sides. Boy, this is one I really hope holds over, because it is just seriously too cute. All right, let's make our snowman face. A snowman face, a little snowman face. Yeah, Karen, these would be great for favors. I mean, you know, like they would be great for almost any kind of a meeting. You know, party favors for a red hat meeting. This one doesn't want to stay down. Stay down there. Stay down there. You're making me look bad. There we go. I just didn't have him clipped very good. Well. So you know why it's doing that? Because it's a snowman. Hello. Okay. Now, let's see. Did I already take them out, you guys? What in the world? I'm losing my brain, you people. I'm losing my brain. Because when I opened this a second ago, they were right there, weren't they? They were. You saw them. I saw them. You saw them. We all saw them. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to do a little bit of moving around of crap here. If anybody sees them on my table and I'm looking right at them, tell me now. I don't see them. Where are they? Goodness gracious. That's just embarrassing, you guys. I'm going to be a raving lunatic by the time I'm 60 at the rate I'm going. That is bad. Really bad. Really bad. It was right. Okay, let's just go through this very deliberately. Nope. I have... Oh, therein lies the rub. It's the wrong set. Hello, look for the snowflake box. Yeah. I'm a Dorcas. Yes, it's true. I'm a Dorcas. How about you? Goodness gracious, people. It's not going to be good. Just, will you come visit me in the insane asylum? This is what I need to know. Will you come to visit me in the insane asylum? I hope you will. All right, so first of all, I'm going to put my schnoz on, because that kind of sets the stage for the whole rest of the little dude. And his little nose is going right there. Right there. And then a couple of bigger coal pieces for his eyeballs. He's melting as we're doing this. Thank you, Karen. Mary's not coming because she might not get back out, and Amy's going to be next door. Excellent. Excellent. All right, and then I'm going to use some of the little coal to give him a jaunty smile. You know who we're going to pretend he is? We're going to pretend that he is Parson Brown. Ha 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 ha. That was so funny. I don't care who you are. That was funny. Alright. You can use however many you like. I'm a more person, you know. More is better, always. And if you got extra coal, just use it. That's what I'm saying. All right. Okay, so there's his little smile. Oh, he's so cute. Ain't it so cute? Ain't it so cute? And then we'll give him his little yarn top knot. Well, maybe we'll all be in the same wing. The former stamping people who are crazy and keep talking about more dimensionals. I need more dimensionals. Somebody bring me dimensionals. They won't be sneaking knives in and things like that to help me escape. They'll be sneaking in my dimensionals so that I'll have plenty of dimensionals. Do you know that this is a project with not one dimensional in any of them? Not one. There's no dimensionals in any of these projects. What? All right. And then you just tie that down like so and make it all jaunty. And I kind of like it kind of, this one is just being persnickety. Let's see what we got going here. What are you doing, snowman? Look, Parson Brown, you're kind of annoying me. Here we go. Let's see what we can do here. You're kind of annoying me. Yeah. And I'm retired. I'm not supposed to be annoyed by anything. I'm supposed to be taking it easy. Nothing should annoy me. There you go. Now you just stay there. Think about what you've done. Okay. Now we'll wrap his little headband back around him. And he'll be all Dunskiss. Dunska. Alright, there we go. Well, that was harder than it seemed like it should be. It's really not that hard, you guys. Alright, and there you go. One little snowman whose name is Parson Brown. Alright, now let's see. We've got another minute. Shall we make another Halloween? Do we want to make a Halloween one? How about if I just show you how to make this tag? Because I think you can see how to make the box. That was pretty straight up, right? All right. So let's do a tag right quick like a bunny. Oh, your embossing buddy is gone. Brooke, yeah. I feel you. It'll come up. Just stop looking for it. That's my trick, is just stop looking for it. As soon as you stop looking for it, it will be back. I promise. I promise. Bigger than Dallas. It will be back. Okay, so here's how to make this little tag. First, we're going to stamp our sentimente. And I'm going to use some Cajun Praise on pumpkin pie. Yeah, Deborah, we could have an entire wing of us, and then Well, we might have a reputation for being difficult. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. We'd be so easy. As long as they didn't deny us our multi-purpose liquid glue or our dimensionals, they'd be fine. They don't want to see us without our adhesives of choice, do they? I'm thinking they don't want to see that. That's something nobody wants to see. Alrighty, now, ornate framies, come here to mama. Alright. We'll use this little doodle right here. And this little doodle right here. Okay, so first we're going to cut the sentiment. Flip my panel over so that I get a little better magnetizing. Alright. You guys all know why those jump around, right? For those of you who are unfamiliar with the magnetic plate, they can kind of be annoying. So here's my trick. If you've put your sentiment here and you want to get the die around it and it keeps moving out of the way, move your sentiment to where the die wants to go. It will just make it easier, I promise. Work with the magnets in the platform. People, work with them, not against them. All right, and then we'll run that through. Whoopsie. Knocked down my yarn. Okay. So there is the very worst cutout sentiment ever. See what they say about pride and where it goes? I was like, oh, look at me. If you'll just move your sentiment to where the magnet wants to go, you'll be fine. Phew. Fail. Epic fail. What was that song? Wipeout. All right, there we go. We'll try that again. Let's just try that again, shall we? See if we can make that work this time. This time I'm not going to make any claims. Okay? Not going to make any claims. No claims at all. This will work or it won't. See? I'm just going to leave it to the big shot gods. Okay. Come on. Come to mama. There it is. Oh, that's a relief. My goodness. Okay. And then, as advertised, we're going to use the other little die to cut a Cajun craze piece, like so. Okay. Let's just go with, it's really hard because, yeah, it's on the table where it's not very sturdy. No, that was just straight up tomfoolery. That was just straight up tomfoolery. Okay, so now you can see that what we have here is a sentiment and a little tag dooha. So, easy peasy. Using too many dimensionals. Oh, good Lord, yes, Verna. If that's the case, we might as well just consign ourselves now because, well, except for Amy. Amy won't have to because there's a whole separate wing for people who cut their dimensionals in half. And that's just not a wing that, you know, I'm sorry, Amy, but the cool kids are going to be in the wing where we use our dimensionals and make them feel loved. All right? So that is how to make that. Then you can just run your linen thread through there and you're ready to go. Put something really fun in there like peeled grapes. No, don't do that. I'm kidding, of course. All right. So pretty much all of what you saw here today is in my Wicked Good Fun bundle. The snowman is in Snow Much Fun, as is the Curvy Keepsake. So those two bundles are really awesome. You'll only be half demented. Yes, but which half? That is the question, of course. All right. Oh, also one other thing coming on the 27th, which is 3 days from now. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have some Stampin' Trimmer replacement blades available. So be watching for, I'll send a post out just as soon as I see that they're available. All right. It's a lot easier and better and way more likely to be successful if you can go into the online store yourself and order your own. It'll be a limit of 3 packs. So be watching for that. If you need Stampin' Trimmer blades, this is the time to get them. This is the last batch. So when these go, it's done ski. I have heard rumors that there is another one in the works, but I'm really not sure what the timeline is. So if you're still working with a Stampin' Trimmer, which is awesome, I would recommend getting some replacement blades if you can, just to make sure that you are good to go until our new one makes an appearance. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you to Facebook and Netflix, the network, for staying good. And I will see y'all next week. Have a good one. Bye.